Say hello, Amy.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, my accentuated friends. Welcome to Accents with Amy. This is your Tip Tuesday, your tip of the week. And this is Australian accent versus Kiwi accent. So they're quite similar in a lot of ways. A lot of people ask me, what's the difference between New Zealand and Australian? There are a lot of similarities, but there are some really key differences. And the one that I'm going to highlight for you today is a key vowel shift. It's almost the exact opposite in Australian versus Kiwi. Not quite. But so that's what we would call the short I in American, I, or a little I, versus E, an E sound. So the long E. So, for example, with the word big, in Australia I'd say big. It's not quite big, it's not that long, it's a little bit of a shorter vowel, but it's that pretty much that same shape. So I'd say big. And I would, if I'm going to put something in my hair, it would be, or sew with it, it would be a pin. And then if I was going to beg for something, it would be beg, and I would write with a pen. So I write with a pen, and I put a pin in my hair in Australian. In Kiwi accent, New Zealand accent, that's, so a lot of Australians pretend it's like an it's not really an it's, so this is, I'm talking about the short I. If I was going to say pin, it's not pun, and it's not pen, it's somewhere in between that. Pen. It's a very short vowel. So I almost want to write it PN, pen. But it's like P, air, N. So it's I put a pen in my hair, and I write with a pen, and that is definitely P-E-N. I would write it that way, pen. So write with a pen, put a pen in my hair. Or the first time I was in New Zealand, I went to make a phone call, and I was using my calling card, and it said, please enter your PIN. My PIN? How would I put my PIN in the phone booth? But it was, please enter your PIN. So it's not quite pen, it's pen, but anyway, they meant please enter your PIN number. Yep, so I'll say that slowly so that you can do it as well and have loads of fun with your friends. Please, it's this fun little flick of the tongue. Please enter, right up in here, enter your PIN. Please enter your PIN. Good fun. So some important fun words and phrases. What do we call it? A cooler. In Australia, they call an esky, like short for Eskimo, something or other. And in New Zealand, it's we would say a chili bin, a chili bin. Really fun word. Fish and chips, that's a classic. Australians will pretend that it's fish and chips. It's not. It's fish and chips. In Australia, I'd say fish and chips. Okay. And my favourite, when I worked there, I was selling tickets for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's a very Scottish vowel. It's very Scottish. I'm guessing that it's from there. Who knows etymologically, but... and then, so the numbers 5, 6, which sounds sometimes like another word if you're Australian, and 7. Yep. So if you watch my 21 Accents video, the reason why I said I'm 27, I was 25 or something like that. I ended up saying all three of the numbers, and I did that very specifically so that you could get all three of those sounds and really get a little of the Kiwi flavor. Ooh, secret tip. Nobody knew. Okay, and I will leave you with this cautionary tale. If you're a boater, if you're a Kiwi boater, be very careful when you talk about how, or if you're going to New Zealand, be mindful of how you talk about scrubbing your deck, how well you scrub your deck. Think about it and just be mindful. Maybe call it something else. Call it the wooden part of my boat because it can be an interesting accent shift. Okay, that's it for you today. Feel free to subscribe so you can get more accent tips. We do a tip every Tuesday, and we have loads of resources on the channel, playlists for you with some great resources. And then visit 21accents.com because we can get on our mailing list, receive free videos, tips, and know about workshops and upcoming events. So vibes to you and all you do. We are connected. Connected. Great word.